Hallo, dies ist Marsch W30 und ich bin gerade von der Flight Sim Expo 2021 zurückgekehrt. Ich habe mich in Microsoft Flight Simulator eingeloggt und den Marktplatz besucht und gesehen, dass die Junkers Ju-52 verfügbar ist. Also habe ich das Flugzeug für 14 US-Dollar und 99 Cent gekauft. Aber was ist dieses Flugzeug der Ju-52? Nun, Heinrich Hugo Junkers war ein deutscher Ingenieur und Unternehmer. Er gründete 1895 in Dessau die Firma Junkers und Company und war bis 1932 Eigentümer der Junkers Motorenbau und Junkers Flugzeugwerk. Die Junkers Ju-52 ist ein dreimotoriges Verkehrs- und Transportflugzeug des deutschen Herstellers Junkers Flugzeugwerk in Dessau. Lassen Sie uns dieses Flugzeug fliegen und sehen, wie es funktioniert. So anyway, March W13 here, just came back from the Flight Sim Expo 2021 in San Diego, and I saw this Junkers aircraft, and I remembered Jörg Neumann talk about that particular plane in some video previously, and I wanted to test it out, so I got it, and it's time to see how it flies. So no more talking, let's take it for a spin. Alright, so we're going to advance the throttles here. I think I still have the parking brake on, but we got to be able to remedy that in short order. And we're rolling. And given that this is a tail dragger, I would expect the nose to drop here. And we don't have much runway to work with, so hope that we reach a rotation velocity, and we did very quickly, and we are off. You can tell already that, as you can see, we're manipulating the yoke rather liberally here, and not much is happening, so this is more of a sluggish aircraft. Maybe has more of the response characteristics of a heavy jet, like a 747 or something like that. But it feels good thus far. And of course, we're flying in virtual reality with the HP Reverb G2 headset. What you're seeing here is just an extract of the lower part of what the right eye sees. Sure that I could obtain some software that could do a better job of blending. Looking at some external views obviously here, doing a bank test. Aircraft is performing more or less the way you would expect. This is a fixed gear aircraft, so no gear lever. Looks like there were maybe 2 notches of flaps available, and I have no idea what the stall speed is, what the recommended approach speed is. I saw that the airspeed indicator is in kilometers per hour as we approach this wind farm over here. It's not a terribly windy day, so those turbines aren't spinning very rapidly. We took off from, I forgot to mention, the Dessau airport. This is where Hugo Junkers was based, and therefore the factory that built this plane and where it was tested. This is near Leipzig in Germany. And we're now turning back towards the airport. We'll attempt to intercept kind of like a downwind leg of the traffic pattern and land this Not going to do anything formal, not even going to bother contacting air traffic control, but we'll just try and fly parallel to the runway, apply some flaps, apply a notch of flaps, slow it down, and then fly a very short base leg. And we're having some head tracking problems here. We'll just recenter things. I never know how to land tail draggers, obviously. I think in this case we're probably going to be coming in pretty fast because I don't have any clue what the proper flap speeds are, so we'll probably try for a smooth front wheel first kind of a 2-point landing, and then we'll just apply gentle brakes until the tail wheel hopefully drops. I'm not understanding why that exhaust blur there on that left engine, and presumably the right as well, seems so exaggerated, as it does on the jets as well, but this is a propeller aircraft. So I'm assuming that that's a bit unrealistic. We'll go ahead and we're turning a bit too early here, but let's turn base and try and lose some altitude, putting in the second notch of flaps. And it looks like we're going to be okay here as long as we throttle back a little bit. And we're pretty much at idle now. This is not an official review. I'm not AvAngel. I'm not into the blue simulations, and I'm not going to start doing reviews. But just thought I'd take this aircraft out for a spin, and turned a little bit prematurely there on final, just because I wasn't don't have a good feel for the turning radius and the responsiveness of this aircraft. But we're just going to do our best to bring this in and land on something approximating the center line on this relatively short runway. A lot of yoke manipulation required to keep this thing on track, as you can see. So we'll start rounding her out and go to full idle, and we'll just let the wheels drop. And then drifted pretty far down the runway, so we'll want to apply the brakes gently, but such that that tail wheel will drop here before the end of the runway. And there we have it. And we'll just turn off here into the grass onto this little tarmac area here at the end of the runway. Should be just fine to taxi this way. Beautiful external view here. And we'll open some windows here, but we'll park here anti-parallel to the runway, just short of the grass. Bring it to a stop, open some windows here, and apply the parking brake, and then kill the engine. And even with the head tracking here, lift our heads out of the moon roof there and kill the engines. So that was my joyride around the Dessau area here in Germany, where this Junkers 52 was originally manufactured. Thank you for joining me. March W13 out.